So, power. I'm here today to talk about power. Welcome back. Just very quickly, and if you want to skip this little bit of chat, skip to whatever number I put down the bottom here, and we'll get straight into the power. But for those of you that have been following me, sorry it's been so long since I've produced anything. As some of you would know, I've been trying to get the house ready to sell, so we can go on this little adventure of living in this old bus full time. The house is pretty much done. It's not perfect, it never will be. I just want it sold now, but it's tidy, done a little bit of painting, got it all up together. It's alright, it's on the market now to be sold. I do still have bits and pieces to do, but it will do, let's put it that way, it will do. Also got myself a new mic, so I'm playing around with that. You might have seen pictures on Instagram. If you haven't, hit the Instagram link and check me out there. Whilst you're there, anyone new, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to grow this channel, and there's going to be many adventures coming up in the future. As soon as the house is sold, we are in this full time, but between now and then I'm going to be working on this van. I've got a lot to do, a lot of things to do. But anyhow, back to the main subject of today's video. I have my notebook, so I've made a couple of notes. You know me, I tend to just sit here and spout on about stuff, and I kind of didn't want to miss too much stuff. So power is one of the biggest sort of subjects that van builders and van people, van lifers, motorhome lifers, whatever, think about. I've been thinking about it a lot, and I've made a decision, but for those of you that don't know, there's a few sources of power, or electricity I should say, in your motorhome, and no one wants to run out of electricity, especially people like myself, YouTubers. We use a lot of electricity. We're not power hungry, we're not like some, but we do use electricity obviously. And so the main sources of electricity, and I'll start with the first one that we plan to never use, and that's shore power. Shore power is plugging into your mate's house, plugging in at a campsite, plugging in somewhere where there's mains power, and plugging that into your motorhome, your van, whatever vehicle it is you've got. That way it will power everything in your motorhome. You know, I've got 240 volt sockets in here. This is UK. It will give us power to that. Again, I'm not planning on using that at all. If we do, we do, because obviously it will charge up batteries, etc, etc. Again, I'm not planning on using that. The main one that most people in motorhomes, vans, whatever will have is solar power. I have 2 solar panels on the top. I'm not 100% sure what they are. I think total they're about 220, 230 watts, somewhere around there. So it's not a huge amount, but in its current form and its current setup, it's perfect for us. It charges our phones, it gives us all our lighting, it heats our water, or not that the electricity heats the water, but it gives it a little bit of electricity. Our heating, it operates the fans on the heating so it can blow the hot air around, and it works perfectly. We've never run out. It's been great. I've also got a solar panel for the starting battery, the engine battery. I did have trouble with that, but I might just get a brand new battery for that anyhow before we set off. But that just keeps that topped up, because in this van the solar doesn't charge the engine battery. The solar just does the leisure batteries, which I am sat on top of actually right now. I have 2 leisure batteries in there, but I'll talk about that in a minute. So the solar panel, there are different forms of batteries, different forms of setups. You've got AGM, gel batteries, lead acid batteries. They're all kind of termed the same. So if this is a video that you're expecting major technical details, sorry, you're at the wrong place. But you've got these normal style of batteries, and then there's this new lithium. I say new, but there's lithium style batteries now that everyone seems to be jumping on for many, many good reasons. After that, you could get a generator, petrol or diesel. I think most of petrol nowadays, diesel tend to be a lot bigger, so you wouldn't carry one of them around. But I believe old American RVs have generators built onto there. They might be diesel, not 100% sure. And then after a generator, you can buy portable power packs. This basically a lithium battery in a sealed contained unit, and it will have 2 foot, depending on what country you're in, but it will have your mains power socket, USB sockets, and it's basically a lithium battery that can be charged up via 240-volt sockets. When you're driving your vehicle, you can even plug them into your solar to get them charged up. So they're the main forms of power. And as I said, most people, when building vans nowadays, will go for lithium. They will get lithium batteries along with solar, and they will make that their own, pretty much their only means of power other than driving around to recharge the batteries to give it help, or going on campsites to charge them up during the winter. Because a lot of, no offense to anyone out there, a lot of YouTubers don't show you that. Some do, some have. Some of the more known YouTubers for van life, etc., have shown that during the winter, once a month, they'll go on just to charge everything up, give them a full charge, because without the sunlight, you don't have any charging capabilities. Which leads me to my choices. What choices have I gone down? Which routes have I gone? I've just told you I've got solar panels up there. I've got solar panels. I've got 2 batteries under me. I believe they're AGMs. They're 110 amp hours each. So that's 220, but it only gives me 110 amp hours of power, usable power. Now, unlike lithiums, AGMs, you can only use about 50% of what you have, whereas lithiums you can go down to, I think it's about 90% of your power usage. So there's a benefit for lithium there straight away. But I'm not going lithium. Dun, dun, dun. No, I'm not gonna go lithium batteries. Reason. One, it would cost me quite a bit because I would have to change the whole system, which if you're building a van, it's relatively straightforward, but this is already built. This is done. You know, the only thing I might do later in life is just put newer solar panels on, but they work great for now. So I would literally have to change the solar or put more solar on, put a new MPPT charge controller, B2B battery chargers, whatever all of this means, and stick lithium in there. I would have to change the whole system, which, yeah, it will cost money, yes, and I'm not saying it as a cost saving exercise, but there are certain disadvantages. There's 2 major things that I cannot get out of my head for lithium, and there is one other reason why I don't wish to go lithium, is if temperatures drop below 0 or gets to 0 degrees or lower, and your batteries get to that temperature or lower, your lithiums, they will not work. They will not take charge, they will not recharge, they will not work. So you are left with no power. So that's one reason. And the other reason is, this is an old motorhome. It's 32 years old, coming up 33 years old. How long will it last? I don't know. It might last 10, 20 years yet. I have no idea. But at some point, it's either going to not last, or we're going to want to change it. So I would have ploughed, you know, 1,000, 1,200, 1,500, 2,000 pound into this motorhome, adding, you know, inverters, things like this, that if I change the vehicle, it goes with the vehicle. And I'm quite happy with the setup the way it is now. With my decisions, I'm quite happy with the way I'm going. So my next decision, I'm going to get a portable power pack. Of course, why not? It's a built-in inverter, if you like. It's got its own power, its own lithium, but I'm not reliant upon it. If temperatures drop so much, all right, we'll have heating on, so it's not going to drop, and same with the lithium under there. We'll have heating on, it shouldn't drop below there. But when we're at work or whatever, no one's in here, no heating's going to be on, temperature might drop. If the power pack isn't working, we don't use it. Quite simple. We stick the heating on because we've still got batteries, we've still got power, blah blah blah. It'll warm up eventually, we can then use it. Otherwise we don't. Simple as that. We just don't. And it's portable. Portability, meaning we change the van, the motorhome, we take it with us. We're never without it. We've always got it. And how many 100,000 charges it can take, we got it for many, many, many years. So then charging them as well. Lithium batteries they're quicker at charging, but because you've reduced them so much, they actually still take quite a long time to charge. If you've drained them, they take a long time to charge. Now, you would have to drive around for 6, 7, 8 hours in a day to charge them up. You know, same with the portable power pack, you would have to charge them up a lot. So you're either hoping and praying, and I'm like the winter, this is UK, and I'm sorry, if anyone's been in the UK for the last 12 months, you know it's been rubbish. We haven't had much sun. So it's just made me think, do I want to primarily rely on lithium batteries? And my answer is no. Quite plain and simple, no. I'd soon have AGMs that will give us some light, make sure we've got, you know, some hot water, some light, some power for our phones, the heating will work. You know, the heating is off gas, but it has fans and that. It still needs a little form of electricity to run. I know we'll be fine. You know, our fridge is running off gas. It's not reliant on the 12 volt system for gas. And I did think about swapping that to a 12 volt compressor fridge. I'm just going to keep it on the gas. Gas I can get. So charging them, you know, that was my other reason. So my next final sort of decision I made, and some of you may go, oh, what do you want to do that for, blah blah blah, is I got this. I bought us a generator, plain and simple. I bought us a generator. This is backup power. I say backup, I actually, where possible, we will probably use it quite often. I will use it to give us 240 volt in the van. I will use it to charge up our power bank. I will use it to charge up our main batteries, more so for the winter. And when we're using our battery pack, it's to help charge that up. Now, as some of you have followed me, you would have followed us, and if you check out the video, I think it's up here, of park ups, you know where I park up. I'm going to be able to use this in most of them, you know. And it would only be used for, say, 2 to 4 hours a week, just to keep things ticked over and topped up. You know, if my partner wants to use the hairdryer and the battery pack is low, plug this in, set it going, and it's so quiet. It's so quiet. I will be doing a review on it, and if I remember, I'll put the link to that down below. I haven't made it yet, so I will be doing a review on it. I want to use it a little bit more. We haven't actually used it. I have used it. I fired up. I've plugged the motorhome into it. It runs the motorhome perfectly. You know, it's 2,400 watts, I believe, so it's going to power pretty much anything from an air fryer to a hair dryer to what you name it. It's going to run it. You know, it's big enough, powerful enough, but small enough to hide in my luggage compartment out the back, or luggage compartment, the boot out the back, if you like. It fits in there perfectly. That's why I got this particular one, because of the measurement. I've just got to lean it in slightly to get it in, but it fits in a treat. Now, I know some of you are going to hate it that I've gone generator, but for me, it was the better decision, shall I say. Yeah, it's sort of get out of jail free card. You know, if you're running low on power, as long as you got some petrol. You know, I've put storage on the roof now. I've got a petrol can in there, which I've got to fill up. This is full up with petrol now. It's a petrol generator. As long as I got petrol, I got power. It will jump start the engine if I need it to. It will do everything I need it to. So that's my decision, really. And maybe it's an expensive one. You know, I'm not going to say this was expensive, but it wasn't cheap either. And a power bank is going to cost maybe $1,200, $1,300, maybe £1,500 to buy. Again, I'm going to make sure it's this sort of size, 2,000, 2,500. It's going to be a Blue Yeti AC, either 200 Max or 200L. Undecided which yet. I'm still researching, but it's going to be one of them. So it's enough to power everything again, which will get used most, but this will be used to help charge it for sure. So yeah, they're my decisions. Really, good or bad, I don't know. If you think they're good or bad, stick some stuff in the comments. Comments will help. I'd love to know what you think about it. Maybe you got a different take on things that I'm not thinking of. I don't know. That's the way I've gone. I'm happy I got the generator, because this is just peace of mind. This thing is peace of mind that I'm not going to be stuck somewhere. You know, if we can leave our jobs and work on a laptop and we're up Scotland or something, for instance, or across the continent or whatever like that, we're not stuck. We're not going to be stuck without power. We have power, and you know, everybody needs electricity these days, and all bar like £5-10 of petrol every couple of weeks or every month, I'm sorted. I'm happy. I'm not paying 40-50 quid for a campsite just to charge up my stuff. And I got this. I'll just sit in a lay-by during the day, you know what I mean? I'll just sit in an industrial state at night for two hours or whatever, and it's so quiet. It has a silent mode. Again, I will do a full review on this thing. I will get out. I'll get a nice day. I'll get away from here, and we'll get it fired up, and I'll show you all the ins and outs for it. I'll try and get all the technical specs for it as well. I don't do technical videos, you know me. I just spout on and talk rubbish. But I will get a full review done on this. They are not going to pay me for it. They haven't sent this to me. I have paid for this out of my own money. I watched reviews on it. I've done a lot of research. And I say the main reason I went for this one and not Honda was 1, price, 2, measurement. It just fits. It's perfect. So anyhow, thank you for sticking around. I know it's been a while. I'm hoping to continue how I was. Obviously, I've got a full-time job. I still got to do this. I'm trying to do YouTube. I'm trying to learn, re-educate myself so I can get out of the damn truck. I'm doing a lot of stuff. YouTube is in there, and it is something that I'm quite passionate about. I really enjoy doing it, so I want to continue doing it. So if you don't mind, if you've got this far, hit that little subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. That'd be very, very much appreciated. Thank you for the a couple of new subscribers I've had since I haven't made any videos, but thank you very much for watching my videos. You know who you are. If you put a comment, I will read every single one. I will heart every single one, and hopefully comment every single one. So please, your voice will be heard, and if it's relevant, I will do catch-up videos, and your comments will get into the videos. So thank you very much. I'm going to leave you there for now, but this is my choice of power. This battery pack, leaving the van as it is. This is portable, can take it with me. Power bank, I can take it. We're sorted, doesn't matter what van we're in. Van, motorhome, doesn't matter. Thanks for sticking with me. See you in the next one. Take it steady, bye for now.